Welcome to Stadium BS. For more information, check out www.castellonms.com.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. This is Frankie Castellon on another episode. It's going to be episode 5 of Stadium BS. Before I go any further, head out to www.castellonms.com. I have my YouTube channel, my bio, my store, my eBay, my Etsy to support me. Everything under the sun, even including my hair follicles for sale. Where is that rich white man to sell me that? Actually, I'm going to connect that to what I'm going to discuss today. And the thing is about it is I don't know how to put it in the right words. I thought about it since maybe Friday or Saturday. So we're on Tuesday right now. So a few days. And like I said, I'm very tired. I've, done a lot of work around the house, with my kid, with my wife, at my job. A lot. So, how can I put this in the right way? I want to make one disclaimer. This is nothing political. This has nothing to do with being Democrat or Republican. I don't do political. I never have. And I never will, because I like to keep my friends. I like to not discuss it. It's way too divided here in the United States. And that's something I don't want to deal with. Number one. Number two, when it comes to politics and what I am going to be discussing is private equity firms and public financing. All that and what I just told you just now, it's nothing personal. That I call BS. It's always personal. Okay? Especially with politics. That's why I don't want to get into it. But it's going to coincide to it. So, what I mean by that is I listen to a podcast I normally listen to. I'll listen to it for maybe about a year or so since I've been working on my job. And I like listening to very interesting things, especially sports business. And I remember him from back in 2019. I listened to a couple of episodes when my daughter was an infant. And they were pretty interesting. He's very experienced on the executive side. He always says, and I'm not going to even name his name, he always says, it's just business and nothing personal. And there was a conversation that he had. He now takes callers. And he went on a tirade, which he normally does, about, what he knows. And he's a very smart man. I'll give him that. He's a very, very intelligent man. And, he was a lawyer. So he knows his way around, the binding laws. I know nothing. Okay? I have no business degree. I barely went through college. I just like to listen, read of what interests me. Okay? I'm just happy for what I'm doing right now. And hopefully content creating would be a help, and get into what I really want to do, which is the cat business. So I'm going to get to that. So he said something that really set me off when it came to sports and the public. And it just triggered me. And he basically said, and you could look for it if you want to. I'm not even going to put it on this site because I'm not gonna like broadcast who he is. You figure that out. So he said that every city should have public funds to lure a sports team or something out of that context. You would have to listen to it directly. So, long story short, you want the government, city, state, whichever, county, to pony up so you can put your business there at that magnitude. Okay? Now, when it comes to stadiums, I could see government, helping out with infrastructure, the foundation of it, but the rest should be on whoever owns the team. That's my belief. Okay? Now, years ago, I'm going to say maybe 50, 60 years ago, that was the way to go, public financing. Every stadium, every field, every arena was publicly financed. You get me? So, and it was a way to, generate revenue. I get that. We want more taxes. We want to generate more revenue in our government so we can fund, let's see, schools, police, firefighters, ambulances, things like that. Things that are very important. Courts. We need all that. We do. And we got to find a way in order to generate that revenue. Whether it be through taxes, whether it be through sales tax, whichever. Like I said, I'm not a business person. I'm just interested in it. That's the main reason why I invented this podcast, is because I'm interested in this. That's why I call it Stadium BS, because I'm interested in this. Maybe you will be too. Okay? Jesus Christ. I really didn't get pissed off in my last few rants, maybe the John Fisher one, but this one I'm really pissed off about. I really am. Because government shouldn't be involved too much in that. They have bigger fish to fry. They want to generate revenue, fine, and they could build a good public-private relationship, but don't expect the government, whether it be city, county, federal, whatever, to, boost up your business, your ballpark, your ball team, your football team, whatever sport you're in, and not take the risk. You're expecting the freaking government to take that risk for you. Isn't that one of the things in business? When you invest, you take that risk. And billionaires avoid that at all costs. They find ways in order to avoid it. That's why everyone's so pissed off at John Fisher and the A's. Not the A's, the team. I'm like, the A's, the team, are doing what they're told. Play at a minor league stadium for 3 years. They're going to build that Las Vegas stadium, which is $380 million of public funds. State funds that could have went to schools over stadiums. Do I have a picture of that? Maybe. But maybe I'll post that. Actually, I should post that. Thank you. Because I've been in a debate of what to actually put as my thumbnail, but we're not going to get into that. So, a lot of billionaires don't want that risk anymore. They want to find a way in order to make more money, but do the minimal effort. I get that, especially from my point of view. I know that I don't have the snazzy website. I don't have a social media team. I'm doing this all on my own. My store, I do that all on my own. Okay? I try to find the quickest, cheapest way of doing it. I get that, but I'm in my own situation. Once I do get to a certain level that I can actually own a business, I want to strive for a level that I know that I'm taken care of. My children are taken care of. My wife is taken care of. Even my mother, even my brother, my sister-in-law to be taken care of. My in-laws to be taken care of. Okay? That's it. I don't need to go to billionaire status. It'd be nice, but I'm not going to go higher up the ladder. Maybe I'm like selling myself short, okay? Because I know what money will do to you. It will create greed. And that's something that we have seen time and time again for years, probably since the beginning of time, if you look at history along the lines. So the fact that he said that from an executive point, this is the reason why I did this podcast, because I'm the fan. I'm the fan that's interested in it, that's not educating it. But they have to find some sort of compromise for private and public to boost up their city, their state's economy. I get that. But the public shouldn't be the one to take the whole thing, to take the whole risk. And here's another thing of a hint. Think about a city of Miami with Marlins Park. You do the math. So I got off his podcast. I got off his YouTube channel. I was done. I was done. I could listen to something else. I should start listening to superhero books because I'm that upset. I'm that upset in Major League Baseball. I'm that upset for any sport. If you're not the NFL is the dominant sport for years. You can lure a stadium, build a stadium, look at Buffalo, and generate revenue, even though it's going to basically dampen the city's economy. Look at Nashville, look at Buffalo. But God willing, there's a return on investment for this, for these billion-dollar palaces. When it comes to concerts, when it comes to special events, college football, WrestleMania, whatever. You know, they want to put that all in one big basket. But my issue is they should take the risk. They should. That's the whole point of business. And when I was a kid, I thought that gambling and investing were the same thing. And it was hard for me to understand. Do you know why I thought that? Because they both take risk. We now have sports betting. We now have betting on anything. You could bet on when Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift get married. Okay? Didn't know that. Didn't know that until now. So, I'm just like, I'm peeved. But I love the game of baseball. It's a very nice nostalgia feel. I feel at peace going into a stadium and sitting and watching a game. That's like my ASMR right there. It could be my ASMR during a quiet game, with not that many people, or it could be a playoff game, which shout out to the Hub City Spartan Burgers. Good luck tonight in your playoff game. I wish the drive were in it, but it is what it is. So, guess where my ticket goes? Next year. Anyway, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is there has to be a give and take, and for business people to take more risk. You guys are billionaires. You can take that risk. Why do you want businesses like maybe a mom and pop shop to take more of the risk than you? Do you really need that $29 million house? Do you? Do you have to be in those 5-star restaurants? Do you? Do you need that fucking $1 million Lamborghini? Do you? Do you want to be that status? Do you want to be that superficial? I shouldn't really say much because that's a lot of people. because they want to feel freaking valid. That's the only reason. To make yourself valid in the stupidest way possible. So, in a nutshell, I'm like, hey, just aggravates me. It really does. I'm like, there's nothing even on my screen. It's just my website. It's a freaking link tree. I'm like, can I afford to take that risk? No, not really. I got bills to pay. I got mouths to feed. You know, I work hard. I take care of my family. I contribute positively to society. I don't want to see people that could have an opportunity to build something for themselves to get passive income instead of working till freaking 75 years old and then finally retire, which we don't know when death's door is going to happen. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like I said, this is not political. This is not political. You believe what you want to believe in. I'm just stating facts. I am stating facts that greed is out there, that business people want someone else to pay for it. Even billionaires making workers pay for it. It's all agreed. If you do well for yourself, stay a happy medium. Don't let any people that are narcissistic, that are really, really big time schemers to influence you. It's easier said than done, because there's a whole lot of people like that and have no remorse for anything, because all they focus on is to get what they want. And it's sad. Any type of political financial play, whether it be capitalism, socialism, communism, to be honest with you, they are great on paper. Here's the issue with any of them. It's the human factor. It always has been the human factor. Because, I could do this. I could do that. What could I do to beat the system? What can I do to get my way? And that's something that I see in sports. That's the same thing I see on the news. That's the same thing even our entertainment. It's all a business. Even though it's all a business, to be honest with you, in our daily lives, it's always personal. Because guess what? That business can guarantee affect you in your taxes, in your livelihood. Hell, even your paycheck. I know I'm rambling on, and I was going to go over, taxes, revenue, how our economy here in Greenville, South Carolina is. I just can't. I just can't. I had a whole list written down. I can't even do it. I can't even do it. I really, really, really don't understand. Like I said, if I make that kind of money, I am going away on an island and be done with it. I did my contribution to society. I'm done. And that's how my family feels. They want to contribute to society before they die and be done with, knowing that you're at peace of doing something right. Okay? So, I don't know what else to say. I really don't know what else to say. I thought that I was going to, address certain topics, but that really hit a nerve. I'm not saying any of this as I'm spiteful because they're making more money than I can at the same age as I am. No. It's more the factor of doing what's right, because I'd rather be at peace to doing what is right versus what can keep me really luxurious and comfortable. I believe in that. And I want people to think of that, of me, the day that I die. What a good person I am. Not some fake shit, but how much good have I done without faking it? Because, oh, he's such a wonderful person, she's such a wonderful person, and they were just a horrible human being. Let's honor this person. I could keep going and going and going. But like I said, I am tired. I am aggravated. I understand that being an entrepreneur, you have to work hard. I get that. And then hopefully in the long run, it'll pay off. But how some other people do it, they have to find a way to work around that. That's why we have scam calls. That's why we have drugs all around the world. That's why we have crime all around the world, because they want to find a way to get the easy way out of it and not contribute to society just for their own pocket. And that's what's wrong. I'm focusing it from a stadium BS standpoint, but it's BS all across the board. What does business mean? BS. It starts with a B, ends with an S. The reason why I say that, because people do it that way. Simple as that. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. Take a look at my previous episodes. I have 4 of them previously. CastleOnMS.com has my YouTube channel, my podcast series, all the episodes, Story Store, eBay, Macari, Poshmark, whichever. Take a look at it. Take a look at the resources. I have a whole bunch of resources from all my past videos. It's like the freaking MCU of all the videos I've done probably since 2019. Take a look at them. Give some feedback. Contact me right below. Right below is my handle, at Frankie Castle on Caps. I have TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Any message you can give me. I don't care. There's a contact me, a support Frankie, everything. All right? Like I said, this was a different episode. This is something I could not really put my finger on it, but I just wanted to ramble on and just speak my mind, because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I really am. It's not fair. The ones that are doing right should be rewarded. That's what I truly believe in. But I don't know. Take it easy, guys. All right? So all the good people out there, take it easy. You're doing the right thing. For the people that are being fucking stupid, go fuck yourselves. Love you all. Take care.
Thank you for watching on YouTube, and thank you for listening on your favorite podcast platform.